digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in a roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
I'm here. Good evening. Hi, guys, and welcome to THFC to a Die Home, Tottenham past, present, and exciting future. Of course, under somebody that isn't Tudor, but look, what can we do? What can we do? Yes, and this is your predicted lineup show. They seem to be quite popular live, but tonight we're changing it up a little bit. We are going to have a predicted lineup, but I'm going to pick the formation I think we should play tomorrow with the available players that we've got. And believe me, we have a few players out. But I hope we're all doing well. We really do. And let me know how your Saturdays is going. So let me get that in there, which I forgot to bring in. Yeah, let me know how your Saturdays are, how it's going, guys. Are you looking forward to the game tomorrow? There's a lot of rumors out there, isn't there, about there's a lot of rumors out there about new managers. That's not what I was looking for. You know, every time I go and do something, I can never find it. There's a lot of rumors about new managers. Is it going to be De Zerbi? I mean, I just saw this and I decided to just copy and paste it and send it just to see if it's true or not. But apparently this is from Matchday HQ. How reliable these lot are, I don't know. They're probably somebody down in there. They're probably sitting in their mammy's basement, typing away because they've got nothing else better to do. And saying that Tottenham are set to appoint Robert De Zebra as their next manager to prepare and sign in the coming days. Well, if that's the case, then that's going to be a full-time appointment, not a 3-month one, which I think most fans, if that is true, most fans would be absolute, including me, would be a little bit dismayed by that appointment. I don't think as a manager I would want at the football club. Look, I think if there's anyone we need to bring back is Pochettino. And I think that's the only one. But Tottenham have to have their own choices. Are they prepared to wait till after the World Cup? Have things got so bad that we're going to have to appoint somebody now? And if they do bring in it, will he get the same? Will he get a manager bounce like, say, Harry Redknapp would? Or, say, a Tim Sherwood would? Or a legend of the football club? So, tonight at 8, me and Tequila are going to go through all these things. I'm also going to go through all the stats for the games as well, which is not great looking at it. But we're here to do so. Let's welcome a few people in. And then we get on with the lineup. Big up to your Aussie Ange. First one in says, we are surviving. Yes, we are. Of course we are surviving. And that's it. We're not going down. Of course we're not going down. West Ham are going down. We're not going down until we do go down. But no, I think we stay. Look, I'm very nervous about this, but I think we have enough of us to stay up. Big up to DJ. Liverpool 9, Tottenham 0. So we can sack this candle. I think he's going whatever happens, DJ. Look, I'm not expecting. Look, you know me. I'm the last person you would say. Dermo says we're going to lose. No, I still think we're going to get a point. Or some. I did it on FIFA last night. I went on the FIFA or FC 26. I've done it from where Tottenham are now. So I made sure I lost. Purposely, I lost games. All the games up to now to make it realistic. And we went up to Anfield, and do you know what? I said, I'm not going to play it. I'm going to leave it to FC. I'm going to leave it to the computer to do. And what happened? We won 2-1. And then the next day I got sacked. So you never know. These things do happen. These things do happen. Big up to Giant 60. Yeah, I actually then got a job in Napoli and won the Serie A with them. So it shows how good I am. Giant 68, big up Dermo, big up to you as well. Big up the Frog on the Wall. He says, oi, oi, Dermo, squeaky bomb time again. Yeah, it is. You lot are playing at 8, I think, West Ham. You're away to Man City. We've got Forest playing before us tomorrow, and then we're away to Liverpool at 4:30. Between now and the end of the season, I think it's every weekend we're going to be watching each other. And I think we have to somehow pick up some points. So I don't know where the next win's coming from, but the game this time next week, I think it's Saturday or Sunday against Nottingham Forest. It's a 6-pointer. That game we cannot afford to lose. The problem is it's been played at our place where we never win. So it's a game we can't lose. We can't lose. If we lose the Forest one, then I think we're going to find ourselves in a very difficult position. I think we have to beat Forest and Leeds, I think, to stay up. So there's 6 points. I think 38 points is enough to keep us in the league. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I think 38 points will do it this year. Big up to Stephen Cartwright. Afternoon, Dermo and chat. Do you think Igor might start with 2 keepers? He might do. What worried me yesterday, Stephen, about the press conference when he said, yes, Kinski will start again. I just got this nagging feeling in my stomach. I don't know if I should follow it or not. But I've got this nagging feeling that he may start tomorrow. No, I haven't picked him, by the way. I've picked Vicario. But knowing this manager, and if it is going to be his last game, he might say, fuck it. I don't care. I just got the sneak in my stomach. He may do it. I hope I'm wrong, Stephen. I hope I'm wrong, but he may do. He said, DJ Samuel, can you ever trust this useless board to sack him? No, he should have been gone by now, by the way. I mean, I'm surprised he's got this game, but I think if you look at it in another way, I think also they're going to have to prepare to bring somebody in. So they're going to have their ducks in order. So I think it's easy just sacking him, but what do you do between now and Liverpool? And I think we've got Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, Nottingham Forest. Then we have a 3-week break. Just putting it out there. Big up the Giant. To be honest, no way. They always leave to the last minute when so late. Agree. Big up. Big up to Rodney. He says, big up to all COYS, Langer, Indian Cow. Great. Yeah, absolutely, Frog. Forest are struggling to find that. But that's not always going to be the same. And I don't know. If they get a win tomorrow and we lose, they're going to go into that game full of confidence, aren't they? And big up Stephen. He says, this board ain't appointing anyone with previous connections to club. I agree, Steve. They need to appoint somebody with connections to the football club, but it ain't going to happen, is it? And they're not going to wait for Pochettino. I think they've waited too long to do this. I think they could have done this in October. They could have brought in Harry Redknapp to the end of the season, stabilise stuff, or somebody with some ilk that knows what they're doing, and then bring Poch back in the summer. But they know they ballsed it up completely. Big up to you, David. Says Chris Hughton should be interim coach. He should. Do you know what, David? I can't disagree with that. I agree with that. He done it before, didn't he? Back in the day. He's a Premier League manager. As a lot of these people, when you mention these names, say, "Oh, he hasn't managed." They haven't managed in the Premier League for 10 years. Football's changed. Football's football. Changing rooms are the same changing rooms. You know, players still play with confidence or not confident. It was like when we sacked Ramos. Do you remember when he banned the ketchup? Harry Redknapp come in. First day he came in, banged a big bottle of ketchup on the table. Right, lads, ketchup's back. Instant connection. You, as much I know Tequila and me don't agree with Ange, but players ran through a brick wall for Ange Postecoglou because of his personality and because of his, I don't know, brainwashing or whatever. But there is managers out there that players will do that. Harry Redknapp's one of them. Chris Hughton's another. Glenn Hoddle's another. Robbie Keane's another. Robbie, I think players will run through a wall for Robbie Keane. He's that sort of player. And I think bringing Tudor in to be a drill sergeant has gone absolutely wrong. You might as well have stopped with Thomas Frank. Would we have been where we are now? That's the question, isn't it? If the board had said no, we're going to back Thomas Frank, he's our manager to the end of the season, would we be in this state now? Would we be here 1 point off? I think he would have got a result out of someone. I think he might have beaten Crystal Palace. There's a lot of ifs and buts in that, isn't there? But Tottenham have made a change and it hasn't worked. Now they're running around the headless chicken thinking, how do we redeem this? Well, you're going to have to do something quick because before you know it, tomorrow, if results go against us, right? If West Ham get a result tonight against Man City, which I don't think they will, but if they did, even a point, they were level on points with us. If Forest get a point tomorrow, then Forest go above us. All they need is a draw. And it tightens it up. And then it depends how many we lose tomorrow with goal difference. I think we're on -5. Well, say we get pumped 5-0, just out of an example, right? We're back down to -10. I don't think we'll. I fear for tomorrow. Tomorrow's an unknown for me. Tomorrow is a totally unknown for me. I just don't know. I just don't know. I really don't, guys. Big up to David as well. I thought he was a drill in the JIB, but he was sacked as it coach of the African team. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I thought he was drill in JIB, but okay, fair enough. Big up the frog in the wall. It says, I think you have been better sticking with Frank. It took ages for Nuno to get things clicking. Yeah, it did, but do you know, frog in the wall, you know yourself for West Ham. Do you know them players are fighting for Nuno? These players didn't fight for Frank or Judah. And what is the scenario that if another manager comes in that they do the same thing to that manager? Players they're not fighting for this club. They're not if they're not going to fight for the manager, then fight for us fans. Fight for the badge, fight for the shirt. And if you can't do that, then get out of my club. We've been on. I think this all stems back to Saka and Pochettino, and I think that's when the rot set in. And then we went up to so high places under Pochettino. Anything less now seems a failure, and we've been struggling to hit the same heights with like we hit under Pochettino, and we've had Mourinho, we've had Conte, but the same thing that goes through all these managers. A, they're never backed, and B, these players or different squads, players in the Mourinho, the Conte squads, or the Nuno squads, they packed up and we don't want to play for this manager. And it seems to be going into this squad as well. We don't want to play for this manager. Don't like him, he shouts at me. It's called football. If you're not doing it right, it's called having a job. If if you're in your job and you don't do your job correctly, you're going to be shouted at. So if a footballer isn't following the manager's or the coach's instructions on the football pitch, he's going to be shouted at. So why is that? Why can footballers say, "I'm sorry, you can't shout at me, boss"? Oh no, 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 I'll go and get you sacked. I don't like you. And as a lot of these players and the kiss the badge and the come out, oh yeah, I'm Tottenham fan, I am. Half of these are not. Half of these couldn't give a flying monkeys about Tottenham Hotspur. They don't care about us fans. Putting out tweets on Snapchat or X, whatever. Only true fans can support this football club. How dare you criticize us players? Well, yes, we are going to criticize you because you're the ones that are not putting in the performance. Doesn't matter if you're what position you're playing. The least we expect is you put in 100%. We had shit teams in the 90s, but I guarantee you, and I remember it well, them players put in a shift. The 93-94 season, honestly, was probably one of my top 3 worst seasons as a Tottenham fan. But these players did put in the shift, and it got us out of trouble because they got together and said, "We've got to do something." These players don't care. One or two maybe that the younger players probably, Archie Gray or Bertha probably give a shit. But does Romero really give a shit? He says he does. I don't think he does. I think Romero cares more about Argentina than he does about Tottenham. And me and Dave have had debates about Romero as a captain. And I said it last week. You would follow him because he's that sort of leader. It's that sort of player that if you were playing in his team, you would follow him. But he's one of the players that have turned around and said, I'm going to get myself sent off. Missed 4 games. Mickey van der Ven, we're missing tomorrow. It's stupid decisions these players are making. They're stupid mistakes that are costing us. We're now in March. There's only 2 months of the season left. And I can't see where a win's coming from. And I can't see these players don't think they can see where a win's coming from. Xavi's totally gone off the boil. The only one I think that came on is Richie. Richie cares. Richie's got experience of this. Richie played in the relegation side with Everton. So he's got an experience of this. Let's go through a couple more chats and then we will get on to the team news and then the predicted lineup. It's obvious Tudor will be sacked on Sunday because he couldn't answer why his assistant coach haven't been brought in. He couldn't answer it, so he's a dead coach. Well, do not agree, David, 100%. I'm afraid VDV's showing typical Dutch football mentality. When things are going well, they are great, but when things turn, they talk off the pitch, blaming everyone else, but nothing on the pitch. Yeah, get to. Kudos only turned up at our place when he felt like it. Well, to be fair to him, he has been injured, and the players like James Madison and Kulu, we are missing them, but I don't know. I just don't know anymore. But anyway, let's get on with the team news. The team news is Mickey van der Ven is out through suspension following a red card against Crystal Palace. He will be back for the Nottingham Forest game. Christian Romero and Jaholia Palunia ruled out with head injury because of banging their heads together on Tuesday. All the players need to bang their heads together to get something out of them. But Basuma will miss out through injury. Conor Gallagher has been unwell but could play on Sunday. I think he might be on the bench. Destiny Udogie is nearer a return. And Gianluca Vicario will start in goal. So he says. But I don't really believe him. These are the players that are out, injured or a doubt. We've got Christian Romero out with his head, Palunia out with his head. We've got Conor Gallagher out as a doubt. We've got Basuma knock, Destiny Udogie hamstring, Wilson Alderweireld NCL, Kulu knee, James Madison knee, Mohamed Kudus thigh, Rodrigo Bentancur hamstring, and then we've got Ben Davis ankle, Lucas Bergville ankle. So that is all your team news, guys. This is it. This is the lineup that I'm going to say that is going to start. And of course, we are starting with a Vicario in goal. We had to return to the Vicario. he should never have been dropped on Tuesday. But look, I feel for Kingsley on the human level, but I think they've shot his confidence to bits. But anyway, we start with Bakari, and this is where I do things a little bit. I'm gonna change for how Tudor would do it. So I'm gonna start with Spence on the left. Look at that. Look at that. I'm in the middle of Spence. Look at that. In the middle. Let me get out of Spence's way. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna start with Spence on the left, and then Porro on the right, and then we're going with a back two of Kevin Danso and Radu Dragusin. I'm gone with a back four. Fuck this back three shite. Because if you do it as a back three, you know full well we're going to have to play Pedro Porro as a right centre back. And why can he not just abandon this thing, go to a flat four? We've got players that can play that thing. We've got two centre backs. All right, they're not the great centre backs in the world. I grant you. I would rather Romero or a Romero or a Van der Ven in there. Of course I would. Of course I would. But it isn't so. But I am going to start with that as a pairing. I don't know what you guys think. If you agree, would you start with the back three or would you start with the back four? Let me know in the chat and let me know what you think. Right, that is your back five. Now for the midfield, I am midfield tree. I've gone picked with Gray. I've also gone and picked Papa Sarr, and I put Simmons in a 10 role there, just in front of the two. But you could also, well, there's not many options, is there? So this is what I would do. You could play Gray as a 6, probably Sarr as an 8, and then Xavi as a 10. So that's the way I'll do it. So I'm playing the 4-tree tree, basically, formation-wise. But that is, I don't know what you guys think as well. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you agree or disagree? It's about who's fit tomorrow, isn't it? And it's about setting up a system that these players feel comfortable in playing in. You do not feel comfortable playing three at the back. Rarely don't. Now, the front three was a little bit more difficult to pick because there is few pickers, and where do I put them? Where do I put a Richie? Where do I put a Tell? Where do I put a Slanky? Now, of course, Slanky will go up front, no doubt about that. But it was the wingers. Who do I play in the left? Do I play? Then do you do a put Archie Gray in the back and play a five? Play five and play two up front and have the wing backs as your effective wingers. So we could do that as well, but I decided against that. So what I've done is I've gone with Tell, Richie, Tell on the right, Richie on the left, and Dominic Solanke up front. So that is my Tottenham side to play at Liverpool tomorrow. It is a 4-tree formation or a 4-2-1-tree formation. You could say whatever you want to call it. So I'm starting with Vicario and goal with a back four of Jet Spence, Kevin Danso, Radu Dragusin, Pedro Porro, a midfield two of Papa Sarr and Archie Gray. We've got Xavi in the sort of the 10 role or the 3 role, sort of giving them a bit of roam to roam around. And then the front on the wings, we've got Richie on the left, Tell on the right, and we've got Dom Solanke up front. And I've decided not to go with the back three because if you pick a back three, you know full well you're going to see Pedro Porro as a 3. You know that, and it just would not work. It would not work for me. He's not a right centre back. So you play players where they're meant to play. So let me know what you think. Do you agree or do you disagree with this lineup? I'll leave it up for a while so you guys can comment and let me know what you think. I'm sure David, you will have a view on it, bud. But yeah, they're slim pickings, absolute slim pickings compared to the players that are out. And I think for me, I'm going for a prediction, score prediction tomorrow. Do you know what? I've got my head's telling me we're going to get whooped, but my heart, do you know what? Liverpool haven't been in great form either, by the way. Did lose to Wolves last time out. I might go for a draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Don't ask me. I just think we might pick up a point tomorrow. And if we can pick up a point tomorrow, I think that might give us a bit of confidence. Yes, I think the manager will change because the manager has to change. But look, that's my heart talking. And from using my head, we're going to lose 2 or 3-0 because I, I I think Liverpool will absolutely tear us apart. But guys, this is the lineup. Last time before I take it down, it is Vicario on goal, a back four, Jed Spence, Kevin Danso, Raju Dragosin, Pedro Porro, midfield tree of Papa Sarr, Archie Gray, and Savage Simmons, and then a front tree of Richie on the left, Tell on the right, Solanke up front. So, guys, that is it. That is your predicted lineup show. We are back on tonight at 8 o'clock. So come and join me in Tequila. I think Brenny is going to jump in as well. So I think he's going to jump in. And I think we're getting a Liverpool fan coming on as well. But do join me and Tequila. We're going to talk all about the game tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Raymond Vega post he put up as well. Get our teeth into that as well. And then all little bit of news on the manager front as well. Who do we think it might be? And also talk a little bit, if it is, do Tottenham need an interim or do we need a permanent? So we're going to talk about that tonight. We've got Vicario, Spence, Dragosin, Danso, Brazilian, Sanso, Souza. I forgot about him. Yeah, Souza, Gray, Porro, Sarr, Simmons, Richarlison, Solanke. What formation you playing, David? Let me know. What formation you're playing, bud? Are you going for 3 at the back then? I take it. Or are you doing a 4 at the back and then 3? Let me know what. I'll hang on for a few minutes, but let me know what you're going with. But I'd be interested to know out of curiosity. Big up to Aussie afternoon. Tomorrow will be a good day for us. We're turning Liverpool over. Yeah. I hope so. I hope so. I don't know the last time. Oh, 4. Yeah, 4 at the back. 4-1-3-2. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting, David. That's not a bad setup, actually. So you're playing Vicario and go. You're playing Spence, Dragosin, Danso, and Souza as a back four. Gray as a number 6, I take it. Then you got Sarr, Simmons, Sarr. Yeah, Sarr. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get you. Do you know what? That's not a bad lineup, David. That is not a bad lineup, bud. Big up to knowing us will get a permanent interim. Yeah, knowing us we probably will. We're going to survive the storm. Yes, we are going to survive the storm. Yes, we are going to survive. We're going to survive it. I wonder if Arsenal losing yet. I don't know if the Arsenal game has kicked off. If Arsenal win tonight, they go 10 points clear. Oh, please. I don't want that. Gray is a DM. Porro, Simmons. Oh, you're playing Porro on the right? That's interesting. Oh, that's very. So you're playing Spencer's right back, Souza left, Dragson and Dancer as the 2 centre backs, Gray as the defensive midfield, Porro as the right wing, Simmons on the left. Oh, that's interesting. That's not bad. That's interesting, that is, David. That's really interesting. That's a good shout, bud. That is a very good shout. But look, guys, we are going to leave it there. We're back on at 8. So thank you all for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe if you can. We're going to talk two few things around the Tottenham world. And then, of course, tomorrow it is watching and run from 4:05. And then we've got the just at the end, Swoop Spurs comes in. Big up to you. He says, my team is Vicario, Spence, Danso, Drags, Porro, midfield, Morani, Xavi, Gray. Oh, you're playing Morani in the left. That's fair enough. Up front, speed up front. Thompson, Solanke, and Williams. But yeah, do you know what, bud? I think it is time to play the kids in a little way. Do you know what? I think you're good enough. You're old enough. Just play them. Just play them. We've got to. Big up to you, Swoop Spurs. And then it says, would you take Arsenal winning the double, the league, if it means we? I don't care. Why is everyone so sort of attached to, oh God, if Arsenal win the league, would you take Arsenal winning the league? And I couldn't give a flying bollocks about Arsenal. Don't care. It doesn't bother me. They don't even enter. If they win the league, I'm going to be pissed off for one day. That's it. Move on. Tottenham's my team. Tottenham is the team I'm concentrating on. Don't care what them lot do down the road. They win the double. So what? They haven't won anything for so long. They haven't yet won a European trophy. We have. You know, what did they win? They've won one FA Cup in 8 years. I know we won one trophy in 17, but at least we won a trophy last season. What? They spent the last 3 years ballsing up the league. I couldn't care less. They're there because, I tell you what, this is the way I look at it. Right? They're there because their owners, backed the manager, bought in proper players to back that manager. And that's why they're where they are, because they kept backing them every transfer window. But I couldn't care less what Arsenal do. Yes, they won the Cup Winners' Cup in 94. Couldn't care less. Arsenal does. I got loads of Arsenal friends, and they all know I don't give a shit. If they win, if they win the league, it's going to bother me. Am I going to get banter for one day? Yeah. Am I going to get banned? Yeah. Am I just going to laugh it off? Yeah. I couldn't care less. All I care about is Tottenham surviving and getting our mess shit in order and coming back stronger and better for next season. If Arsenal win the league, great. Doesn't bother me. Arsenal don't go into my head. Couldn't care less. I supported Spurs for 63 years, living 12 miles from Liverpool. I learned to fight quickly. Yeah, you do. Yeah. You know what? I get it. Some fans, it would bother them, or they sort of forgot if Arsenal win the league. Would you take Arsenal winning the league and not surviving? All I'm concentrating on is us surviving. That's it. Couldn't care less about Arsenal. We live rent free in more Arsenal fans' heads than they live in ours, if I'm being honest. Big up to Nick. Is it I'm with you? Yeah, exactly. All we need to worry about is what we do. That's all we should care about. I don't care about Chelsea. I don't care about West Ham. I don't care about Fulham, Liverpool, Man United, whatever. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. The only time it bothers me is when we play them, and that's twice a year. That day, that game means everything. Then I want to beat them as much as I want Celtic to beat Rangers. But like, they're playing tonight. Will I be watching them? No. We've got better things to do than go and sit and watch a fucking crappy little team play. Fuck that. Big up to you, Nick. He says, I take Arsenal doing the quad. If it means we are going to survive. We're not going down. We're a point ahead of it. It's down to West Ham and Forest to actually gain points on us. Do you know, it's down to them. They've got to win their games. We just got to find somewhere to win to get 6 points out of our games. But anyway, we will get there. But listen, we're back on 8 tonight, guys. Do join me then, me and Tequila. We're going to talk all things Tottenham. So come on, you Spurs. In chirpy mascot, we trust. And yes, we are staying up. Tottenham to survive. Tottenham to remain a Premier League club. Or we're going down. No effing way. We're staying up. Come on, you Spurs.